Tom, what did you see in Bobby like when you met him the first time? Maybe motivated you. What specifically motivated you, and how do you feel like Bobby motivates other people?
Well, I think you know when you have something happen to you in a way that Bobby has, that it's you really don't know how you're gonna deal with it, and you know tragic things happen, and Bobby is just he's gone through so much, and he's just still going. He's keeping his faith going on, and doing great things. And I'm sure he has a lot of times when it's just too hard, and those times when you just have to surrender. And the times I've spoken with him, he's been, yeah, like have ups and downs, and he's not like pretending that everything is just fine all the time, because he's seems very honest about where his emotions are, and how he has to work with that, and he always realizes that he can come to the Lord, and find rest, and I'm sure that sometimes no matter what you say to him, you're an inspiration, or you're a really cool guy. It just doesn't it it doesn't it doesn't really help, if you're feeling depressed or whatever, so you just know that he's doing these films, he's doing his art, and putting a positive message out there, and doing so much more than most people. And that's something we all need to just think about. And and I know he's been a blessing for a lot of people, and he's putting a lot into this life, and his friends and his family. And it's really inspiring, and it's really, in fact, it's hard to put into words, I think, what that's all about. And I'm in awe, pretty much. But God deals with everybody differently, and God's the same. So, and he just helps you along where you're at, as long as you're open to what God can do, and you're honestly, uh, looking for God, and He knows that. Well, surfing has brought me so much. It's brought me a career, and it's brought me a lot of friends, family. We surf together as a family, so we really have a lifestyle that's based around surfing. And we think about it a lot, and so yeah, it is a very important part of my life, for sure. I think it's important to have priorities, and to have things in a level of importance. And first and foremost is God is the most important thing. And then I think it's family, and then, career, something like that. So that if something changes and you have the radical life change at some point, God never changes. So you have a foundation that you can't get. If you really trust that, then you can't get swept off of that foundation. So And I realized that I've been very blessed, with the other things, with surfing and being able to live in California and travel and meet some really cool people and have a good family life and all that sort of thing. But God is the most important.